welcome everyone. So our topic tonight focus on Rdsp. In Chinese is 注册伤残储蓄计划. We also will learn the principle about investment, rule of 70T. So we'll focus on three major topics. Number one, what is Rdsp? It is Registered Disability Saving Plan. Number two, what are the benefits of using Rdsp? What is there for me? Number three, what are the investment choices for Rdsp? When I open an account, where I should put my money to grow my money, right? And so let's go to the Canada.ca. This is the basic facts about Rdsp. It was introduced in the year 2008, and this is a long-term saving plan intended to help Canadians with severe and prolonged disability and their family to save for the future. What's the purpose for this account? Is to help saving grow. The government of Canada will deposit the Canada Disability Saving Grants, we call it CDSG, and the Canada Disability Savings Bonds, CDSB, into the Rdsp of eligible beneficiaries. And so we provide long-term financial security to the family. Only one Rdsp per beneficiary. So this is what we say, registered account, one beneficiary, one account. And all the funds in the plan are intended to be used solely for the beneficiary. We don't use it for any other purpose. So what's the criteria? Who are eligible to open an Rdsp account? So number one, they need to be a Canadian resident under age 60. And they also have a valid social insurance card number, and they are eligible for disability tax credit. So usually we will have the government letter to show them they are eligible. How to apply for DTC? Usually we ask the family to fill in the form T2001, Disability Tax Credit Certificate. And this needs to be signed by their physicians, their doctors, the specialists. So they will verify, certify that this person really suffer from a disability. So registered disability saving plan, we know that the maximum contribution per person in the lifetime is 200,000. And we set up a plan today. We have a different parties. Number one is the holders. Could be the person, him or herself, if the person is an adult, and could be the parents or legal representative. The issuer, usually the financial institutions, for example, Bank of Montreal, Mackenzie. Usually we set up the individual plan and we invest in the mutual fund. Then also beneficiary, the person who has valid SIM card and is eligible for DTC. So this is we already mentioned. For the government grants and also bonds, there are two portions. One is the bonds. The lifetime maximum is 20,000. For the government grants, the maximum is 70,000. And the grants based on family income and contribution. So the lower the income, they will maximize the grant quicker and faster. And the bonds also work in the same way. And the last day of eligible for CBSB and CDSG, meaning receiving the government's support, is the person turned 29 years old and the year end, December 31st. And the last day of open Rdsp account is age 59. So whoever not turning 60 years old yet, they can open an account. However, just remember, the maximum age to receive the government support is 49 years old. And the second topic, we would like to know that what are the benefits in using this Rdsp account? Number one, if each year the government can maximize the bonds to this person is 1,000 per year. And then the grants, 3,500 per year. So when you multiply those number by 20 years, you will be able to see lifetime maximum bonds will be 20,000. lifetime maximum grants will be 70,000. And the earnings grow tax-free until the funds are taken out. So pretty much 20 years, you just invest, the money keep on growing, and then you don't need to file your income tax each year. And later on, I'm going to show you the curve, how your money can grow. Then income payment from Rdsp means what? When the person need to take out the money, do not affect the pension plans, including old age security, guarantee income supplement, CPP, and QPP. So there's no clawback. You can still receive the government money. Rdsp is on top of that. So very simply put, we know Rdsp, the D stands for disability. So $1, you put it there. Maximum each year, you have the contribution room only 1,500. They give you 3 times. It's a combined 1,000 plus 3,500 is 4,500, right? This is the 3 times of 1,500 that you put in. When you continue to do this for the next 20 years, and also the money keep on growing for you, you will have a very good lump sum of money. So let me show you some scenarios. It will be much easier for you to understand how this account works. Let's say this is a person open an Rdsp account. The lump sum per year, maximum per year is 1,500. People can also do it like a monthly contribution, $125 per month. And then keep on doing this plan for 20 years and tax-free growing in this plan. And try to maximize the government grants, 90,000. Then when come to the times of withdrawal, it's only at the market value. So let's look at how it works. Number one thing, each year, the primary caregiver or the person himself or herself contribute 1,500. Government give 1,000 bonds, 3,500 grants. And also, let's say 5% growth on those amount you put it in. And then you, at the year end, you'll be able to see your 1,500 turn to 6,300, right? So that's how you can see the amount can accumulate very, very fast. It's like multiple times each year. So this is, I want to show you the curve. We want to see into the long run. Can I have a big lump sum of money after 20 years? Yes. So let's say we keep on doing this plan. You put 1,500, government give you 4,500. Now, altogether is 6,000 per year contribution. And also the government supports. For the next 20 years, average rate of return 8% is a balanced portfolio. So we always say, well, what the wealth formula stands for is you put the seed money within the time. We also will consider the rate of return. We beat the inflation, we beat the tax. The beauty of this account is that within 20 years, you don't need to pay tax, right? 0 tax when you keep on growing your money. And of course, 8%, pretty much you are capable to beat the inflation. So let's look at the account's activity. From the day you start to invest, 10 years, you will be able to have close to 100,000. Then the next 10 years is more compounding, faster. So your money close to 300,000, right? So this is how your money works. And let's look at the big picture. So this is the stock market performs since 1934 to 2020, 86 years long run, right? So it pretty much represent a person's lifetime. How can you grow money of 1,000? If you put into the growth, aggressive portfolio, let's say US stock market, this 1,000 can turn to 9.9 million. And then if you put in more like a balanced portfolio, still you will be able to get about 1 million to 2 million. If you are very conservative, you still grow money and you can beat inflation. So when we look at those curves, and then how to translate this into the mathematical formula. And we have a genius in this century. His name is Albert Einstein. He say the 7 wonders. On top of that, there's an 8th wonders. What is it? It's the power of compound interest. So it follows the rule of 72. Very simple formula says 72 divided by the average rate of return equal to how many years your money can double. Let's say 4% conservative portfolio, 8% balanced portfolio, 12% the growth or aggressive portfolio. The same person put 10,000 into different accounts, and then they grow at a different speed, right? So conservative, every 18 years, money double. At the age of 65, it turned to 40,000. 8%, that's the one I showed you earlier. And most of people choose balanced portfolio. So you say, well, I'm not conservative. I'm not too aggressive. I'm just in the middle. Okay, 8% is a pretty decent rate of return. And then every 9 years, your money double. And age 65, you will have 160,000. And a lot of people say, well, 20 years, I'm not going to take out the money. I can, tolerate some risk, like ups and downs of the market. Even I got see the market goes down, it doesn't really affect me because it just stay in the paper. It's not realized loss, right? So some people say, I'm going to put into more growth, aggressive portfolio. I want to see double digit. And it's all achievable because we have index funds is pretty much showing 12% average rate of return last 10 years. Then you say, well, every 6 years, money double. At the age of 65, you will have 640,000, approximately, your portfolio. So this is how your money grows. So we show you the curve, we show you the mathematics formula, and it says the same thing. When you invest long run, your money will grow just like a tree. You will be able to enjoy the fruits after. So we also will share with you, you have a different people. Mr. A, they like ups and downs. Mr. B want to have a more stable income. No matter what you put into the investment, still both of them will gain money. So we say the wealth formula is equal to the seed money you put it there plus the time, long-term investment, and then we have a rate of return average out in those years, beat the inflation, and be wise in the tax, and then we'll be able to create wealth. So the number 3 question, what are the investment choices for Rdsp? So we say, well, usually for us, we partnership with Bank of Montreal. We put the funds into mutual fund, and usually it's denominated in Canadian dollars. So I'm going to show you this portfolio. Today, I did 3 reviews for my Rdsp clients. I just look at pretty much the average rate of return last few years, 7.6%. So I put them into the BMO Income ETF portfolio, Balance ETF, Low Volatility Canadian Equity, and Concentrated Global Equity. So each fund, I put just like a 25% equally, and this gave the clients 7.6% yield. So earlier, I showed you the curve about 8%, so we can say it's much more achievable. The beautiful thing is that just this week, I asked the BMO VP to give me the new recommendation list. I saw many, many good funds available, new funds. So whenever people have a new money to put it there, I would choose even better funds for them. Okay, so how to maximize grants and bonds? I would say it's never too late to start, and you can always catch up. A lot of people say, oh, I just know today, and let's say the child was born with a disability, and they say, oh, if I miss all those years, what can I do? So no worry, you can always catch up. And beginning in the year 2008, and for the maximum of 10 years, any unused grants or bonds are carried forward. So I did this for one client. We catch up for many, many years. And then the other client called me the day before, and she said, well, this is a new year. I have extra money. I would like to put it in and help me to catch up. Okay. So we give you an opportunity to contribute more than 1,500 per year. So whatever those years you want to catch up, you're not just catch up 1 year. You can catch up 3 years. All right. And most of the RDSP clients recently receive a letter from the government, and they just remind them, oh, in your RDSP account, you have extra money and you have the contribution room, how you can maximize the government grants. So I would say the government is really helping the vulnerable people, right? So when you're able to contribute more and the maximum grant catch up each year is 10,500 and the bonds is 11,000. That's why today I did a review for many clients, RDSP, and then I realized they really put in like a 4 figures investment, and all their account shows 5 figures. And then a lot of people say, well, how am I going to take out the money? Investment is not just like a putting the money. We also would like to say, well, how I'm going to take it out, right? So we have 2 different ways. Number one, most people will use is when the beneficiary reach age 60, we use this plan, lifetime disability assistance payment. So basically, you have a regular annual income payments until the RDSP finish, like the money running out, or the best beneficiaries pass away. The other one is a periodical lump sum payments. So we call it disability assistance payments. So beginning in the calendar year, when the beneficiary turns age 28, you can starting to implement this type of payment. The special payment arrangements can be made for beneficiaries has life expectancy of 5 years or less. So sometimes the doctors say, well, this disabled ability may cause like a short-term lifespan, right? So whenever there's a less than 5 years, you can take out lump sum money. If beneficiary pass away, grants and bonds earned in the preceding 10 years are returned to the government, and the remaining RDSP balance goes to the beneficiary's estate. So the 10-year rule pretty much means what? You invest money sitting there for 10 years. You don't take it out, okay? So the government bonds and grants will stay. After 10 years, you take it out, that they will not take it back, okay? So the payments can be used for any purpose, and income tax only applies to the earning portion. So your principals, the government grants, those are not the earnings. Those are more like benefits to you, right? So you only pay the tax on the earning. If the beneficiary has low income, a lot of times after age 60, the person have no work and their tax bracket is very low. So it is very possible that they may pay very little or even no tax.